All right, time to head over to the hospital so I can go see some of the consults that came in last night. So this day will be a bit of a multi-parter. For right now, I'm gonna meet up with our APPs, and I know I have at least one new consult that popped up this morning. I'm gonna go check on that and check on all my patients I operated on yesterday, and then everyone else who's in the hospital just waiting for results and following up some scans. So we're gonna start there this morning. 9:20, just finished with rounds. Not too bad, gonna go write some notes, sign some orders. Oh, part 2 of my day. Gonna drive downtown, have a quick meeting. Actually enjoying some sunlight on my face. Who knows if I'll see that again later. All right, my meeting is done. Now I'm just driving over to my clinic. I have a couple patients I picked up for today. I don't normally see patients on Fridays, especially when I'm on call. Sometimes things come up, I have to move things around. I'll open up a space so that I can see them. That way they're not waiting, an extra week or so to see me. And after that, I actually have to go back over to the hospital. I do have 2 surgeries planned for this afternoon. They weren't able to get me a room first thing in the morning, unfortunately, so have to wait until some of the other cases finish for me to start my case. That's called an add-on case, meaning it's something that wasn't planned or scheduled ahead of time, but it came in while I was on call. The patient needs surgery, so now I need to fit them in wherever I can to get the surgery done. It's not an emergency that needs to happen in the middle of the night. It's not something that needs to go right away, but it does need to happen in the next couple of days before the patient can go home. So I'll see my clinic patients, and then I'll head back over to the hospital to do my add-on cases and see any consults that come up in the meantime. My surgery got bumped up by an hour, so I'm running to get back over to the hospital so I can get there and get started. It's kind of the fun dichotomy of being a surgeon, is I'm constantly begging them to start my case earlier, and then when they do, I'm busy doing something else in the meantime. So I just wrapped up my clinic, and now I'm heading back over to the hospital. This is the part where I very quickly shove some food in my mouth while I'm pumping, in the amount of time it takes my patient to roll from the pre-op holding area to the operating room. And I keep checking the status board to see when that light turns green. Alright, first case is done, everything went well, so now is usually when I go catch up on some of my notes. I'll go see a few of the new consults that came in, round on some of my patients from earlier who I may need to check back in on if they've got some imaging waiting, so I can go over the results with them. I need to go see my post-ops family, talk to them, let them know everything went great, and then go check on my post-op once they get to their room. Honestly, probably time for another snack, a couple bottles of water, a cup of coffee, and then we're gonna go back at it again. I got another case to do today too. All right, we did it. Second surgery done. I talked to that family. I went and checked on all my ICU patients. I checked on all of my partner's patients, because while they're off for the weekend and I'm on call, we cover each other. So now I've got all my paperwork done, all my notes written. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here and head home. It's about 7:30, a little bit of a late day. I think my kids are probably both in bed or about to be in bed already. So I'm rushing to see if I can get home and tuck them in. I got as far as my car and then I got consulted. So we're gonna go see someone in the ER. I guess it's better than making it all the way home, right? That's the thing about taking home call, is you get to go home, but you very much also get to come back. So let's go see what this is all about. One more attempt to leave work today. It's not completely dark outside yet, so consider that a win in my book. Although it sounds like my kids are having a meltdown right now. Oops. See what else comes up tonight. I made it home in time to put one of my kids to bed, so that's a little win. But tomorrow's another day. We'll do it all over again. It's Saturday, it's the weekend, so getting a little bit of a later start today. I don't have any surgeries planned for today, but I do have some people I need to go check on. Several people in the ICU. So it's about 8 o'clock, making my way over there, gonna follow up on all of the scans that were done overnight, check everyone's labs, get an exam on everybody today, and then we'll make some plans. Hopefully get some people out of the ICU, out of the hospital. I know nobody really wants to be here for a long time, and just get some people home today. Going up to the ICU first. I like starting up there. Get the critical patients settled before anything else. Alright, finished up in the ICU. Gonna go up to the regular floor now and see some post-op patients who are on the med-surg floor. I did have a long discussion with the patient's son, who states that when she left the hospital earlier this week. All right, just finished wrapping some stuff up. It's about 10:45, so I'm gonna head home for now. We'll see how long I end up staying there. Usually on the weekends, I come in early to see all my patients, get their plan of care going, and then in my head, I always plan to be back here in the afternoon to see any new consults that come up during the day. Of course, if something urgent gets called in, then I have to go see it right away and take care of it, but I think it helps my sanity to just sort of know that I plan to be here again later, because stuff will happen. People are gonna come in, and then it's just my job to take care of it. Another day, another journey. Let's go get these rounds done and see if any new patients came in last night. I did not end up needing to go back in yesterday, so once I got home from rounding on my patients, I was done going into the hospital. I did take a couple of calls. A lot of times, I can either provide some recommendations over the phone, or if it's a non-urgent patient and they're calling later, like in the evening or the night, I can see them the next day as long as it's not an emergency. A big part of the job is knowing which questions to ask in order to be able to make that triage decision appropriately. I always look at the images, of course, but there's a lot of conditions I get consulted for that are not emergencies. They still should be addressed while the patient is in the hospital, but it may not be like the primary reason why someone's being admitted. It's more like there was a bunny. It's more like an incidental finding or a little side quest, as I call them. So I can weigh in, I can give some recommendations, but I don't have to get up in the middle of the night to go address that. It's actually not that bad. I have 3 people I need to check on, and then 1 new patient I need to do a consult for. So decent start to my morning. All right, so everyone was stable today. I got 1 new consult while I was rounding, so I was able to go ahead and take care of that while I'm already here. And now I'm back off to my house, just waiting for them to call me for something else. Home sweet home. Let's see how long this lasts. It's a nice sunny day. Hopefully we'll get some outdoor time today. When you live in horse country, you do horse country stuff. Oh, look at these trees. The kids fell asleep in the car when we were coming back from the barrel racing, so we've just been driving around town letting them nap, looking at all the gorgeous horse properties that are out here.
Big lake.
There's so many places. Acreage, big trees. We have a lot of fun just kind of driving around where we live, looking at the sights. It's really pretty and peaceful out here. Look at that. I did get called back in, so I'm gonna head up there and see the consults. I got consulted for 2 patients. One of them is something I'd rather see tonight. The other is not that urgent, but might as well go see everything while I'm up there. Let's go. 1 down, 1 to go. Wrap that up. Time to get out of here. For now, anyway. and my kids were being absolute maniacs when I left the house. So I am rushing back to try to alleviate my husband. Just like that, 7 a.m. I didn't get any new calls overnight, so 7 a.m. is when we do our shift handoff for being on call. So one of my partners picks up now for the next week, and good luck to him. So you guys are probably thinking, like, where are all the emergencies? Like, she wasn't going in doing all these surgeries over the weekend like I thought she would be. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. A lot of this is because I don't work at a trauma hospital. So we don't get a lot of like auto accidents, acute injuries, things that need emergency surgery right then and there. We get a lot more general neurosurgical conditions that may still need surgery while they're in the hospital, but it might be a day or two later that we need to do it. So there's a lot of variation in jobs out there. So if you are someone who's looking for a job, take into consideration, what level of hospital you're at, how busy the surgeons there are, what the population looks like, to get an idea of like general types of conditions you might be seeing. These are all important things to ask if you're looking to work somewhere. But for me, this is a really nice fit because I do pick up a lot of interesting and good pathology when I'm on call. There are a lot of patients here for me to help, people that I can make an impact with, but at the same time, I'm not necessarily having to go in to operate at 2 a.m. every single night when I'm on call. So it allows me the flexibility to be home with my family while I'm still building a busy practice. Anyway, I'm off to clinic today. This week should be a lot calmer since it's not me. Hopefully I'll see some interesting things throughout the day today. Y'all take care.